Hey, what's going on, everybody? Navid Moasis here. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur and creator of Virtual Summit Mastery, and we help people just like you exponentially grow your email list, influence, and revenue. And for this session, we are going to talk about the top 10 email list building strategies that are working right now. And I actually have Isa of ConvertKit on board to co-present with me. Actually, she did most of the work for this one, I must say, but I give some of my insights for this one to make it customized to you and my audience. And we're gonna also have special deal and some other stuff, good bonuses as well if you stick around till the end. So I'm really excited for this one. You're gonna get some great strategies here that you can implement in your business. So I'm gonna kind of leave it over to her to kind of introduce herself a little bit, and then we get into the presentation today. So really stoked to have you here, Isa.
Thank you, Navid. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And as Navid said, this is a super custom workshop. No one has seen this before. This has been created using what is working right now. And Navid played a huge part in creating the content. We're going to be sharing some behind the scenes with you. I'm the webinar producer at ConvertKit, by the way. Hi, my name's Isa. I'm in San Diego, California today. And as part of my job, I work with amazing creators like Navid, and I'm constantly looking at what they're doing behind the scenes when it comes to email, when it comes to growing a business, when it comes to list building. So these top 10 strategies that we're teaching you today, they are all from creators who are making a full-time living online. None of them are theory. They're all things that actually work. And many of them come very special from Navid and things that have worked so well for him and people he has been working with. So I am so excited to share this with you. And we're going to jump right in to this workshop, which is called the top 10 list building strategies that are working right now. Like now. And we're going to go through why an email list is critical to your business and how to build one right away, even if you're starting from zero, how to avoid the biggest mistakes creators make when trying to build their email list, and the top 10 list building techniques creators are using right now. Now, as Navid mentioned at the very end, we have a lot of free stuff to share with you. You will not need a credit card for any of it, but it is all free gifts, free bonuses that are meant to help you do some of these strategies a little bit easier and a little bit faster. So definitely stick around to the end so we can share those with you. Now, as I mentioned, my name's Isa. I'm the webinar producer at ConvertKit, but who I really want to introduce you to is Ugly Sweater Isa. This is me 9 years ago when I had a day job and we had ugly sweater Christmas parties. That is a thing we do in the US. And I had a dream to have my book published, to have my own business. And I started by going on workshops just like this. Only 9 years ago, it was teleseminars. And I learned about what it took to get a book published, which, like any business goal or dream, it took connecting with an audience early and often. And so I learned how to build an email list for the first time. And I slowly but surely built that audience, connected with them, started a blog. And a year later, I quit that day job and had my own full-time 6-figure business. I saw my book in a bookstore, and it all started with learning some of the techniques that we're going to share with you here today. And I knew nothing about this before I started. It was just about learning and really starting small. And I never had the biggest email list, by the way. You don't need a huge email list. You just need the right one, the people who are truly interested in the work you do and want to buy the things that you have for sale now or the things that you plan on selling in the future. And a little pro tip, you don't want to wait to build your list until you have your thing ready. You want to start like yesterday. Navid, how has email list building changed your life? I would love to hear a little bit of that story.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just kind of switch to me here quickly. So, I started with kind of interviewing people in the entrepreneurial space, and that was kind of like the podcasting era. That was like 2013. And then I did that for a little bit, connected with some great people like Pat Flynn and others in the space. And what I saw was it was great to connect with the people, but I wasn't really growing my email list that much by just kind of podcasting, and wasn't really driving much traffic to my website either. So I stumbled across these health summits, and I was like very intrigued by them because they were not only interviewing experts, because I really enjoy doing that, they were also growing their email list and also monetizing at the same time. So I decided I was talking about personal branding a lot at the time on my website, so I decided to host a branding summit. And I think before I did that, I had, after 18 months or so of blogging, podcasting, posting some little bit random on social media here and there, I had about 900 or so subscribers. Not the most engaged list. And I did that summit, got about 3,000 email subscribers, and then $20,000 in profit. But my biggest goal at the time, because I had a job I was working part-time at the bank, so I wanted to quit that job, and I had just dropped out of law school and all of that. So I wanted to that was my biggest goal by this. I wanted to get out of there, become a full-time lifestyle entrepreneur, and I accomplished that. I quit my job by hosting that very first virtual summit. And then I moved abroad and, lived in many other places, like San Diego for a little bit, actually, during my journey.
Oh, cool.
And then, so I lived all over the place. So yeah, that's kind of the initial part of how I built up an email list, and then quickly scaled that to 6 figures and made over $1 million by implementing some of the strategies we're going to share here during this workshop. So yeah, that's basically my little email story here. Yeah.
It's a big email story, and it's so incredible. And if you're all wondering, ooh, virtual summits, tell me more, that's going to be in here, right? I mean, you've got to know that. We're going to be talking about how Naveed did that in this workshop.
And now you want to just share something here around this, actually, Isa, if you don't mind. Like, it's not you mentioned that really well. It's not about you don't need the biggest email list. Like, I won one of the affiliate launches for Ramit Sethi right after my very first virtual summit. I only had a list of about 3,500 people, and I made $40,000 that month. After that first summit, I did about $20,000. So it's really about the relationship you build with your list. Yes, you might have heard the money is in the list, and that's kind of true, but it's more so the relationship you build with your email list. I think that's really important, and we're gonna definitely talk about some of these strategies here today.
Well said. And I would love for you watching right now to think about, what is your dream for your business? Because that matters. You heard in my story and Naveed's story that there was something really motivating us to build our email list. It's not about saying, oh, I have an email list of this many or this many. That doesn't matter, right? What matters is the relationships that you're building, like Naveed talked about, and what are you building them around? What is the point of all this? What is motivating you to watch this right now? That matters. And so I really want you to think about that. Write that down if you haven't already, because that's the thing that's going to help you go really far. And if that dream includes connecting with your audience and making a living doing work you love, then you're definitely in the right place. You're definitely in the right workshop, because that's the kind of email list we're talking about building today. We're talking about the kind that connects you with real people in those real relationships, not doing anything weird or salesy. And we're talking about making a living doing work you really love. That's how this all works. And these strategies that are working right now that we're going to share with you, they're really for creators who are doing work they actually love, that they actually care about. And that's going to give you a huge advantage when it comes to growing a really good email list. So you're definitely in the right place if those are part of your dream for sure. Now, one of the reasons we're talking about email is we know email is what helps creators earn a living online. This was a survey that we did, and it showed that people who were using email were earning a little bit more than those who weren't using it at all. And the good news is, if you're like, oh man, I'm not using it yet, I'm in that left group, that's actually kind of exciting, because that means there's a lot of room to grow. And Naveed, I'm curious, with the people you've worked with, students you've worked with in your own business, do these numbers look right to you? Like, is this something you've seen when it comes to income and its correlation with email?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the people who have an email list or focusing on growing their email list first and foremost to build that audience, they have way more success. Like, if you want to launch a product without an email list, you're not going to see much success. But when you have an audience, an email list to promote things to, it's going to go a lot better. You can communicate with them and sell whatever you're offering, for sure.
Yes, so it's the way to just directly reach your people. And it's people who are really engaged and people who are often very open and ready to buy, because people tend to make purchases more so through their email than through, say, social media. Now, this little number here, and actually it's kind of a big number, is how much money creators have earned recently using ConvertKit. So this is actually a pretty conservative estimate, because it is only using the numbers based on the actual integrations that people have in ConvertKit, so we can actually see that purchases were made. There's a lot that we can't even see, but this is what we can see, $273 million. And that is all from things that they're doing through email. And I'd love for you to have a little part of that, or be a little part of that. And that's why we're here. One example and one little story is of Allie. So Allie got started with ConvertKit. As you can see, she said it was the first thing that she ever bought for her business when she was starting out, right? Had no idea what she was doing, but she knew email would be really important to her making a living as a blogger one day. And you can see she got 300 to 15,000 subscribers in one night through a guest post. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit about that strategy later. But what I love to highlight about Allie's story is that she went from 0 to 300 in 2 years. So she put in the time. But what she did to grow her list and to really nurture it in those 2 years is what made that one post that went viral that had her go from 300 to 15,000 in one night. More than just being a really cool day or a day where she got a lot of traffic or even got a lot of email subscribers, it launched her business. She woke up the next morning with $25,000 in her bank account because of the email funnel that she had set up. And now today, Allie has a 7-figure business. And it's because of what she did in those first 2 years and the infrastructure she set up. And that's the kind of list building we're talking about. And of course, it was that mindset of realizing that she was going to go all in on email from the very beginning. And that can really set people up for success. Now, as I mentioned, I work at ConvertKit, and we're going to show you how to do some of this tech setup in ConvertKit. If you're not a tech person or you need something really simple, that's really for a creator, then I'm going to show you that at the very end of this workshop. But this plaque, by the way, is something that our founder, Nathan Barry, made and gave to all of us. We each have one in our office. And it's also why we do workshops like this. So all the strategies that we're going to teach you, you can use no matter what email service provider that you use, because we really hope this workshop and these strategies help you no matter what. So welcome to your list building plan. It kind of breaks down into 4 really key aspects of list building. And if you just miss one, the whole thing kind of breaks down. And so that's why we really organize this for you in a way that will set you up for success. So step 1, and we're going to be going in depth on each of these. Step 1 is about listening to your ideal customer. This is the one most people skip. This is the mistake most creators make when building their list, because, and I've been guilty of this before too. Like, you just get excited and you start running with an idea, but it's so vital to listen first. This is the key to really good list building. Number 2 is giving something that really works. We're going to talk about what can you give away to incentivize people to want to join your list. But it's not just about making them want to join your list. It's actually about also giving them something that makes them trust you and like you, because they're seeing, oh my gosh, this person really just helped me for free. What are they going to do if I pay them, right? Like that, we're going to talk about that strategy. And then, of course, the tech setup. I'm going to show you a tech setup that actually takes minutes, especially if you even don't have a website. We have a way for you to start building your list right away, and we're going to talk about that. And then traffic tips to get the right subscribers. You don't need everybody, like we've been talking about, but you do need the right subscribers, the kind of people who want to eventually become customers or clients. We're going to talk about some traffic tips that work really well for that. And also, like we said, with all of these, we're talking about things that are working currently. Things change all the time. So we've really focused in on the top 10 that we know are working right now for creators who are making a full-time living online. So part 1 is about listening. And step 1, technique number 1, is researching your ideal future customer. So research gold. There's a couple of things that you can do to really get to know who that ideal subscriber is, who that ideal future customer, future client, future student, so many types of people that you might want to get based on what your product or your service might be. Here's where you can start to learn about them. Number 1 is actually your life. You might be very similar to your customers or future clients, right? Like Naveed, I imagine you, from your work, right? You have a lot of experience, right? You were like your future students, your future clients, correct? Like you've been where they've been, right?
Absolutely. In the beginning, that's kind of how it is, right? You might have your initial success, and then your people, they will, resonate with you, and that's kind of how they buy into what you're doing as well, until you get your own case studies. Now we have hundreds of them, but in the beginning, it was just me, basically, and people bought into that story and what I have done.
Yeah, so if you are like your future customer, or your past self was just like them, really dig deep. And we kind of think we know, but you really want to take some time to stop and think about, what were you really struggling with then? What were your biggest pain points? Like, actually write it down and really mine your own experience, because there will be gold there. Number 2 is your past emails. So if you are using email marketing already, most email service providers, I hope, definitely ConvertKit does this, so I hope other ones do, but they will show you like, right, your open rate for each email. So if you look at all of them, look at the emails that have the highest open rates. And you could also do that with your past blog posts, right? Any content you have online where you can easily see what's been the most popular, what's most engaged. Look at what those things are about. Look at what those topics are about. That'll give you maybe a clue on how you might grow your list, what your people are really interested in, and you could maybe turn that into a really great free gift. Number 3 is, what do people ask you about all the time when it comes to your topic? When people hear what you do or what you're interested in, what are their next questions? What are those ones that you hear all the time? Answering that question could be a really good way to get people on your list. Number 4 is search engines. Google, YouTube, Pinterest. Yes, those are all search engines too. Anywhere you can search a topic, search your topic and look at what's coming up first, right? Those things that are ranking are the things that people are going to, that they're finding relevant. What is it about those posts or what information that they're giving that's making people want to click? You're not going to copy that, of course, but it might give you some really good inspiration on how you could answer that question, how you could address that topic in your way and really attract the right people. Number 5 is reviews of books on your topic. You might not have anything to do with books, but if you look at books on your topic, your business topic, and look at what the reviews are, look what people are saying, you're going to get a lot of great feedback from people who are interested in what you do, and that might lead to some really good ideas. Number 6, social media comments, same thing. Comments related to your topic, to post on your topic. You're getting like this focus group, right? This real life feedback. And then, of course, 7, surveys. And I'm talking, of course, surveys that you administer to people, but also even like a one phone call. This is one of the most powerful things you can do. And I'm going to give you a little script, actually, that might help. So you could do these questions in a survey or a phone call. Highly recommend phone call. Number 1 is you can ask, what are you struggling with the most when it comes to your topic? Number 2, what social media channel are you on the most? Number 3, who are your favorite people to follow and why? Number 4, what blogs or websites do you read the most? And number 5, when you have a question related to your topic, where do you usually go online for help? And if you're paying close attention, you can probably already tell, right, that the answers to these questions will help you figure out what to give away and then where to share it, right? Because you only need to be where your people are. And sometimes the best way to know, we might think we know, but it's hard to really know until you start to ask people and understand where they are online. That's where you want to go. And what's great about this is it also relieves a lot of pressure of having to be everywhere. You'll feel so much more confident knowing I only need to focus on these few places because this is where my people are, and I can kind of ignore the rest for a while. And this is what people find great success with when they do something like this. So part 2 is give. So you want to listen first. Naveed, anything you want to add before we move on to give about the listening, the research? Have you done this, and how has it helped?
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to share quickly. I mean, that's I actually tried to launch something before I did that, which was interesting. It didn't work as well. That was kind of before I built up the audience, and they were telling me what I should create for them. So when I launched Virtual Summit Master, which is our premium flagship program, actually my audience, they were telling me they wanted that. It started with my summit, right? And people that built up the audience, and then I asked them kind of what they were struggling with. And a lot of people came to me and said they wanted that solution, basically build up their audience with the summit. And I gave it to them, did really well when we launched the beta founder circle, and then we launched 1.0, did extremely well. And if I would have just kind of guessed, it wouldn't have worked as well. So definitely agree with you. There is the kind of the research is really important. So absolutely. So it
really is. You don't have to guess. We don't want you to guess, right? That's stressful, and it's super disappointing when you then decide what you're going to give away. You start trying to grow your list, and then when you hear like those internet crickets, it just feels bad. And we really want to help you avoid that as much as we can, and that's where the listening comes in. So once you've done that research, once you've seen, like Naveed was talking about, okay, this is what people want, then you want to think about, okay, you want to create something, right, that helps your ideal future customer get a quick win or a result, that they are looking for. So one of those ideas is something that works really well for people is a printable of some kind. And so what a printable is anything your ideal customer would want to print and use, ideally more than once. Now, they don't even technically have to print it. It's really great if they, do, and it's something they see all the time because then they're thinking of you. But really, it's about something that they're actually going to use, right? That is something that can be really relevant, especially if you based it in research. So one way to think about that is, what is something you use often? I find some of the best printables, templates, checklists come from something that you're already using, right? That's like the best test. It's useful because it's helped you in your life. And if it's related to your business, then it's very much could be something great for your ideal future customer or client. So for example, my webinar checklist. Before I do a webinar, I have a checklist of all the things I need to do to make sure I have no tech issues, to make sure everything runs super smoothly. I've been doing webinars for years, and I still use this checklist before every single webinar, even though technically I know it by heart. There's so much to think about that I know having that checklist, it gives me so much peace of mind, and it has led to very seamless webinars, right? So if I had a business on teaching people webinars, then that would be a perfect way to grow my email list, because I would be giving them something super valuable that took me years to refine. So I'm saving them time, saving them work, and I'm giving them something that I know is useful. So I want you to think about that in your own life. Is there anything you've created that took you time and effort that you could then give to people and would save them a lot of time? Or it could be a checklist related to your product or service. One of my favorite examples is this one from Abby Ashley. She has a course that teaches people how to become virtual assistants, and they join her email list through this opt-in form that says download your virtual assistant checklist and starter kit. So very simple. It's a checklist and a starter kit on how to get started as a virtual assistant. And what Abby Ashley shares is that the great thing is this checklist is mostly just the titles of my course modules. So as you think about what your product is, what your service is, think about that outline, that overview of the key steps someone needs to take to be really successful with you based on what you know. That could be your checklist. That could be your giveaway, right? So you're giving them this kind of big overview. And then, of course, you can continue to teach them through email and then tell them how to get the in-depth overview. They can then buy your product or service. That's what Abby actually does. And she makes thousands and thousands of dollars a month just from that one email opt-in, that checklist, and then emails that lead to a webinar and lead to her course. So such a great idea. Number 3 is one of my favorites. It's a free email course. So if you're not really big on creating like PDFs, right, or checklists or printables or things like that, you don't have to. You can give all the helpful content that you've learned from your research just in emails. In a couple of emails, each email can be a lesson, and you've got an email course. One great example that Naveed shared with me is from Brennan Dunn, who also uses ConvertKit, and we've done a webinar together before. So I love that Naveed sent this example. I was like, yes, this is so good. And Brennan said that we could share it with you all. So this is a really good free email course. If you want to even go subscribe to it to get a sense of how a good email course kind of can flow and how it can work, that would be a really great idea. But this is fantastic, and it's really simple. If you can write a blog post, you can write an email course. Number 4 is a quiz. These are very popular right now, doing very, very well. There's lots of things you can search online when it comes to a lot of great software is out there now that will help you create a quiz to build your list, and a lot of them integrate with ConvertKit. But it's very, very simple. This is an example of one from Ashlyn, who teaches copywriting for creatives. And so she has a quiz to find out your online voice vibe. So again, this quiz is super, super correlated with her course about copywriting. So you want to make sure, like all of these gifts, right? It should be something that really helps people, but it should also be really connected to what you're going to sell, because those are the only people you need on your list. You don't need everybody. Now, number 5 is what we're doing right now. It's a webinar, a workshop, teaching on video. It takes a little more work than a printable or an email course, that's for sure. but it does work very well. Here's an example from Amira. She's an artist, and you can see in the top right-hand corner, she has that button that says free class. So you click on that and you can join her email list to be the first to know when her next live webinar happens. Sometimes this button also connects to evergreen webinars that she has, where she has a video, she's teaching relevant content that she's learned from her research that helps people. And at the end, she shares her course, and a lot of people buy right from a webinar. So that's something you can do as well, but you don't even have to have something to sell to grow your list with webinar. If you're comfortable being on video, it really does help you grow your list. As Ashley Ann confirms, she said, webinars are a big list grower. I typically can get 1,500 to 2,000 people registered within a 4-day period. People love the information, and many of them attend and invite their friends. She is very good at this, but webinars definitely are best for growing your list in kind of leaps and bounds and like big chunks at a time. They can work really well, though of course they do take a little more effort. So I wouldn't start there unless you're super confident that that's the best one for you and you kind of know how to do it quickly. Start with something easier. Start with a checklist, start with an email course, and then once you see that's working really well, then maybe you can turn it into a webinar too. So you can always start with something you can do like this week, and then you can build on it. Now, you can also turn your webinar evergreen, as I mentioned with Amira, and this is what Allie does, who I showed you her story earlier. She has, right in the beginning of her website, it's like, hey, I have a free class for you, and it is my most requested class ever, and that's true. We know, because Allie spent years listening to her email list, listening to what her people wanted, and she turned it into a class that is one of the pillars of her now 7-figure business. Now, we have come to number 6. This is the one that I've never had on a workshop before, because I've never had Naveed with me, who is just the expert at growing your email list with virtual summit. So I'm going to first show you an example of what one looks like, and then I'm going to hand it over to Naveed to kind of explain a little bit about virtual summits, why they're such great list builders, and kind of how you could get started with this. And this is an example of someone who did a virtual summit on tennis. So if you're wondering, like, virtual summit, could I do one with my topic? I think so. I'd never seen a tennis one before. Naveed sent this to me, which is so cool. So Naveed, can you tell us a little bit, especially for someone who maybe this is a brand new idea, or maybe it feels super intimidating to create a summit if they're just getting started? Can you kind of tell us a little bit about the basics of virtual summits?
Absolutely. I mean, you see here it's a tennis summit, right? So it can work in any market at any stage of your business. We have people in hundreds of markets actually harp summits, and this example you showed with Mervan, he actually uses ConvertKit as well to host the summits. But just kind of a brief overview of what it is. I mean, you saw the webinar example before. Like, a summit is kind of you can see it as a multi-day webinar, because you bring, it's like a co-hosted can be an interview, can be a presentation on the summit. You have it over typically 5 to 7 days, can even be a 1-day summit too, which you can do kind of in between the bigger summits. And then you typically bring on 20 to 30 experts, at least on these kind of little bigger summits. And then a lot of them will also share the summit with their email list, so you're getting introduced to them, like their most valuable asset essentially. Obviously, you got to make it a win-win for them as well. So that's kind of the way it works. And then you get a bunch of subscribers, a few thousand typically if you start from scratch. That's something we see in Virtual Summit Mastery a lot. People are getting these subscribers and basically then also getting paid to build your email list. I think that's kind of the unique aspect, that Summit is a business model. You can actually use Summit as part of your business. It's kind of for us, at least in my business, is the first step of the customer journey. We bring them in from a virtual summit. For me, it's one of the best lead magnets. I use all the other methods as well we have mentioned here. It's just that I like the summit model. It takes a little bit more work maybe than just kind of creating a checklist or something like this. But then you can also get a lot more subscribers in at one time. And you can also turn these summits evergreen and repurpose all this content into everything else we have talked about today, right? So that's kind of what I love. For example, this session can turn into something else as well, like blog posts and stuff like that. If this was a summit session, they can turn into anything. So that's what I love about summits. It's so versatile. What you can do with it, you can grow, you can build relationships, you can build authority, and they also promote stuff in the back end, which we are doing, like with membership courses and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of how it is in a nutshell. I also mentioned the 1-day summit. I think we have an example of this even on a slide. So if you want to bring that up, we can definitely get there as well.
Yes, tell us about the 1 day, because I think that's a really good option as well.
Yeah, so let's keep it on here. So yeah, the one day summit, I got this idea a few years ago actually, when I saw people were doing these longer summits like 5 to 7 days, which typically bring in more subscribers, right? You can get, on the low end, maybe you get 2,000 to 10,000, even tens of thousands. Some of the summits we have hosted, like they have gotten like 30,000 subscribers, right, in like a few days. But this one is a one-day summit. It takes maybe 3 to 4 weeks to put together max. The promotion is not as long. Maybe you promote it very similar to a webinar. You bring on typically 5 to 10 speakers on there, and then obviously you can have it live or pre-recorded. It doesn't really matter, for conversions or anything. And you run it, and then you can promote something in the back. It can be an affiliate offer, can be your own course, can be, memberships, whatever you want. It's kind of similar, but you not spend as much work to put this one-day summit together. And that's something as I said, I taught Jesse. This is Jesse Krieger's summit, so I taught him on a private workshop a few years ago and then now I've been starting sharing this within my virtual summit mastery community as well. And people are using these outside of their biggest summits to get thousands of email subscribers just from a few weeks of work, which is amazing, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of how it works in a nutshell.
It really is amazing. And I love this because all of these people that you see here, for example, in this example, they're all sharing the summit with their email list. So even if you don't have a big email list, if you're partnering with people who have one, then they're going to be introducing you to their list, which is huge. It's one of the best ways to get started, is having people who've already built an audience introduce their audience to you. And this is such a great way to do that, add value. Can I just say how much I love that this is like a book or a summit about writing a book you love on Valentine's Day. That's just really fun.
Exactly. Let me share one more thing and one more tip for the people on here. I think what you can do is to think about the people you want to have on your summit. You might have heard about the concept. I've shared this a lot of times before as well, but the Dream 100, or you create like a wish list of the people you want to connect with and start building relationships with these people before you actually need them. And even if you're not ready right now to host a summit, whatever you're going to do in your business is really valuable to have this list of people you want to connect with and add value to. So when you reach out to them, whatever it is, you actually added some value. They can be writing a book review for them, buying their course or being a case study for them. Whatever it is, you've helped them in some way, and then it's going to be a lot easier to get some of these on board and also later get them to promote you and stuff like that, because we get very high success rate with people actually sharing our summit with their email lists, and this works across many different markets as well. And for most markets, you will focus on your speakers and affiliates when you do a summit, but there's also other promotional strategies for it. So you can, definitely make it go viral for social media and other things we're going to talk about in this session here.
Yes, and we have a link for you all coming up at the end of this, where we have an amazing post that Naveed wrote that will give you a lot of step-by-step. If you're like, I want to do this, but oh my gosh, where do I even start? We've got a resource for you. So that is helping. I'm even going to bookmark it because literally, as Naveed's talking to you all, I'm an author. I'm working on my next book now. I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I think I might want to do like a summit for like where the only way to get a ticket is to pre-order my book. And oh my gosh. So anyway, my mind's spinning already. So I hope you all are getting as excited.
Isa, let me share one thing one quick thing around this. Actually, one of my students, Brian Dixon, he's actually currently promoting his book, and he's going to do that with a virtual summit. So it's a great way, if you're an author and want to promote your book, actually to host a summit to create more awareness for that book and make it, even more successful for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting excited. This is so good. So part 3 of list building, right, is the tech. You've got to have a way for people to join your list, right? Whether you have a website, whether you don't, there's lots of options. What we're going to show you today is how to build a landing page in a couple minutes. And here's an example of one. We have so many templates for landing pages, as well as forms that you can just put on your website as well if you already have one. But here's an example of what we're talking about. So this is something you could start doing right away if you haven't yet. And with ConvertKit, you can make a landing page in a couple minutes and have a link that we host for you that you can, of course, customize using something like Bitly or using your own website, right, and having it forward there. But this is something that you can create and that we can host for you right away. And then we can talk about all of the places that you can share it. So that's coming soon. I want to show you first where to share this link, right? So you can get people to join your list. And then I'm going to show you how to set up this landing page so you can start getting people on your list, as well as how to set up automated emails so that you can communicate with them right away, no matter when they're joining your list. So part 4 is traffic, right? Like you've done your research, You know, okay, I'm going to give this away. I think this will really help people. I'm going to make my landing page. I'm going to show you how to do next. And then, okay, I've got this landing page. If I just build it, people will just come, right? Of course not, right? You know that. I wish they just did come. Wouldn't that be great? But like landing pages, email list building, right? Even like a virtual summit, right? You can build it, and what you've built is a really great invitation. You've just planned this party, you've done all this research, and you've made this amazing party invitation. But if the party invitations just stay at your house, no one's going to know about the party. No one's going to come, right? You got to mail them out. You got to give them out. That's what traffic really is all about. And you only need to invite the people you want to your party, right? People who will have fun at your particular party. And here's a couple of ways to do that we know work really well and really attract the right people and that you can implement right away. So number 7, our 7th technique is sharing everywhere on your website. So if you do have a website, you want to make sure growing your email list is like the most important part of that, because you don't want someone who's on your website to just go there and then leave and forget about you. You want to have a way to connect with them. And people who are visiting your site, especially who visit your site and then join your email list, those are warm leads. Those are the people you want to stay connected with. So I don't just mean one place in your website. I'll literally meet everywhere. So here's a couple examples, and you'll see even some from my own website. So for one, an announcement bar. Most websites have a plugin or a way to put some kind of opt-in on this. See this pop pink bar at the top of my website? That is where people can join my newsletter. So make sure you have a way for people to join your list at the top of your website. About page. Yeah, the about page. People who are reading about you, who want to know more about you, oh my gosh, those are definitely people you want on your list. So make sure somewhere on your about page, you are leading them to a next step to stay in touch with you, to get your free thing, right? And you can see here how I did that in my own about page. I literally share my story and just say, I'd love to know your story as well. Join my newsletter, reply to the email, tell me more about you. And people do this. So it's such a great way for me to continue my research. That's why I do that. I'm constantly want to know about the people who join my list, because I want to attract more people like that. And the best way is for me to keep getting to know them, because sometimes the people who join your list sometimes are even different than you might have guessed. That might be have these different qualities that you didn't expect, and it will really open your eyes to the people who are really resonating with what you already love to do. Number 3 is a pop-up form. I have mine set to exit intent, which simply means it doesn't pop up until someone is leaving the site. So there's lots of options in ConvertKit where you can create a pop-up form and make it really friendly, as I like to call it. So like, since I write long form blog posts, I don't want a pop-up popping up in the middle of someone reading. So I have it not come up till they're done. And I also have it set to where if they subscribe, they'll never see it again. So lots of things you can do there. And you can have different pop-ups on different blog posts, even if you wanted. Lots of options. Next is in your menu. Make sure somewhere in your menu, this is an example from my blog, I have my free course, I have my newsletter, and it's at the top. Like, I want people joining my email list if they're visiting. So you want to make sure you're doing the same. Blog posts is the next one. Anything, so you think you've got this free thing, like Navi talked about repurposing, right? Whatever you're giving away to help people incentivize them to join your list, anywhere that's relevant, on anything you ever write, make sure you are referencing that free email course, that free checklist, even the things you've already written. You can go back and link that landing page I'm going to show you how to make today. Link it everywhere, especially any content that you have that's already getting lots of traffic. You don't have to be finished with it. Go back and add some new stuff so that people can join your list. Number 8 is social media. Anywhere you are on social media, especially where your people are, make sure that you're directing people to join your email list instead of just directing them to join your website or to visit your website. You can always link people to go back to your website once they're on your list, but you can't really do the opposite, right? So make sure social that you have a call to action for people to join your list. So for example, your bios, your Instagram or Twitter bio, for example, of course, I think Pinterest has a bio too. Anywhere you have a bio, put a link for people to join your list. So for example, you can see at the bottom of my Instagram profile, before you give up on your dream, watch this. And that's my evergreen webinar, right? And that is hosted on the ConvertKit landing page. Your Facebook page CTA, if you have a Facebook page, there is a button, a call to action button that you can link to where you can grow your list. This is an example from Mariah Caz's Facebook page. A YouTube description. So if you do any type of YouTube video, in that description, you can put a link to a landing page for some kind of free resource that is meant to grow your email list. It could be connected with that particular video. It could be your main one, right, that you just link to on any relevant videos. And then, of course, a Pinterest pin. If your people are on Pinterest, Pinterest can be a really great way to grow traffic if, again, your people use it. And that's what you'll know from your research. That's why research is so important. But this is some examples. You can see Allie's starter kit all the way on the right. You can see Abby Ashley's starter kit to the left. And then another one of our creators, a blogger, Susie. They all use Pinterest, and they have their freebies that get people on their list. They turn them into pins and lots of different kind of pins. And this is a really great way that they build their traffic. And then, of course, you can go live on social media. This is so effective. You can go live on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, teach something, answer a question that you've seen in your research, and then direct them to something you want them to do, like joining your email list. I mean, I know you talked a lot about like going live and social media as a really great way to grow your list. Is that something you do or something you've seen people do? Any other tips when it comes to social media to grow your list?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in terms of the live video is big. I haven't done it so much lately, but we are doing a lot of video content in general. And I see whenever I do a live video on whether it's Facebook or even YouTube, those are getting a lot of reach. And I like this kind of, live video is great if you also make it so it can be kind of evergreen and repurposed in a way. So you can like go live, and it's pretty easy kind of to teach things. Can be just you on camera like I am now, or it can also be like we have a mix of camera and slides like we do on kind of this presentation here. So it can be really powerful. And I see that even kind of during launches, during kind of affiliate promos. Like when you go live, you can make a lot of sales or get obviously people as well onto your email list, because you can either set up via messenger bot to get people on there and then deliver your freebie, or have directly a link to your freebie. Basically, let's say sign up for my cheat sheet, I would mention that, go to this link and sign up for it there. That can be very effective, I think. So absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great way to build trust, right? Like you see people, they see you, and it really builds that relationship, which we've been talking about this whole time. Our ninth technique is SEO, search engine optimization. That's a whole thing, right? Which we can't go into super depth, but we had to share it with you because it is one of those things that works so well. It's not like, unlike a webinar or a virtual summit, right? Like those things you can do and you will build your list fast, right? Yep. SEO, we can't promise you that. That's not really how SEO works. It takes time, but it is one of those things that every creator I know who is earning a full-time living online, SEO is what's keeping them in business, right? It's helping them build momentum because they're writing this great content. Here's an example of an SEO post, right? So this is doing double duty for you. It's showing you an example of a great SEO strategy. And also, this is the resource I was telling you about. If you really want to learn more about virtual summits, this is where you want to go. Not only will you learn more about them and how to implement them, but you're going to also see why this helps Naveed get so much traffic. So Naveed, will you tell us a little bit about how you use SEO and how it works like in this post and kind of how it helps you grow your list over time?
Yeah, so let me just, before you can switch over here, I just wanted to share, this post ranks for, obviously Virtual Summit is not a massively traffic, it doesn't get a ton of traffic like some keywords, but it's very targeted for me. So, I use like Ubersuggest or Ahrefs or something like that to do my keyword research. You can also use Google Keyword Planner is great as well. And here you see, if you search Virtual Summit in Google, you see I rank number 1 or number 2 typically for that. We haven't even built too many links yet for this post. And if you search Online Summit too, which also get traffic, you can see I rank for Online Summit as well. And that's kind of like a synonym, I guess, but it's obviously getting different searches, and that's pretty cool. And I also, throughout this post, I have many links. So this is kind of what you would call an ultimate guide, right? So this post is not necessarily something that, it's like a lot of words. And I would say for a blog post, you should have minimum like 1,500 to 2,000 words. If you can, you're gonna exhaust your topics. So you can go to BuzzSumo, you can see the popular topics in your market. And this is a long-term strategy. I think I didn't even start focusing too much on my blog until I actually made some great money and implementing some of the other strategies. Then I turned over to the blog and could invest in it. I have editors and stuff like that to kind of go through it and help me add images and all. It takes a lot of time to put this together, but I think when you can do it, it's gonna, we do this for review posts for different things, for kind of specific keywords we want to target as well, but it's also adding massive value to my email list. And what I do after this, either I turn, let's say, a video I've done into a massively valuable blog post. For example, this session here could even turn into a blog post, with all these strategies around list building and stuff like that. So I do this a lot, and then I also have, really specific kind of outlines for posts I want to create, and then I just go through it and, with my team, and we create these for my audience, and then they start ranking eventually. But this is not a, overnight strategy like virtual summits or even doing a webinar or something like that. Then you can get email subscribers right away because you're gonna have built-in shareability to it. You have kind of affiliates for a summit, speakers sharing it, right? That's a great traffic source. But this is great for evergreen traffic, I would say, to get this constantly.
Yes.
Like a great resource for SEO, Neil Patel. I would definitely recommend Neil Patel or Brian Dean. They're probably the people that are kind of best known for their SEO and doing really well with this. But you can get thousands of visitors, tens of thousands if you're just gonna optimize your website. So yeah.
Yes. Such a good one. It's one that people use at work. So we had to share that one with you. And then our very last one, before we show you how to set up this tech so you can share this everywhere and really make the most of that traffic, is asking for referrals. And there's a couple ways you can do this. And Naveed shared one with me that was actually new to me that I'm super fascinated by. It's really cool. And it's kind of setting up different prizes and things based on people actually referring people to you, to whatever it is you want them to be driving traffic to. So this is an example of what that page might look like using a plugin and something called earlyparrot.com, which does integrate with ConvertKit. Naveed, I'll let you take it from here. Like, how does this work? Why does it work so well?
Yeah, it's basically like when you get people onto your list, you're using some of the other strategies we've talked about here, like virtual summits, webinar, checklist, whatever you're using, right? Then you can basically invite people to share it. You can have obviously that built in, let's say in a PS, you can have it like in a little, some mentions of it in your email that if you share this, you can, get some prices, and then you can send them to this page. And Early Parrot is great because it actually, they have this built in, so they can deliver this stuff. They integrate actually with ConvertKit too. The founder is amazing of the company. He's based out of Malta, so he can actually help you with this. And there's other tools for it as well, like UpViral and stuff like that do some of these things. So it's basically getting your existing email subscribers that you work so hard for and getting them to share it. You can use this for virtual summits. You can use it to your main newsletter. Doesn't really matter. And you can get a pretty good percentage. Like I would say, I had one student, he got about over the last few months, he got about 13% or so of his opt-ins came through referral marketing. Basically, this is referral marketing, getting other people to share your stuff. And he incentivized with some prices. Can be like you give away kind of a mini course of some kind, can be some prices. Let's say for a virtual summit, you might give away an all access pass, and then you can have different prices depending on how many leads they send you. So let's say from 5 to 25, whatever it is, right? Make it kind of fun for them. And then this Early Parrot here, that can deliver that. They can actually set this up, and it works pretty well, to be honest. It's great. It's like an extra thing you can do. It's not absolutely necessary, but it can definitely kind of boost your email list without even doing too much. It's like your existing subscribers sharing your stuff.
Yes, and their friends are probably ideal subscribers. And we're going to show you another way to make the most of that too, because now it's tech time. And I want to show you how to build, we're getting referrals into the automated emails that you send out too. But first, I want to show you how to build that landing page that we talked about so that you can start getting subscribers and get them on your list automatically. And what's great about what I'm about to show you is this is something you only have to really do once. And then you can share the same link everywhere, and it keeps working for you over and over. The right emails keep sending over and over. And that's what we're all about, making sure you get the most for your time so you can get back to creating and get back to doing the work you really love to do. So this is my demo account of ConvertKit. And so where I'm going to go to show you the most important tech that I can show you for list building is automations. So I'm going to start by clicking New Automation, and we're going to begin by creating a landing page so people can join your list. So I'm going to click Create Automation. It's going to start when someone joins a form. I'm going to click Create a New Form, and I'm going to choose Landing Page. And I'm going to choose one of these templates here. You can see we have a bunch to choose from up here, so you can play around with those. I'm just going to scroll down to all of them and choose this one here because I just like it, but all of them are great. So I'm going to choose this template, and I'm just going to change this. This is going to, we'll just say we're going to do a free checklist today. And then all you've got to do is just start clicking and typing. So what I might put at the top here is that frequently asked question, like that burning question that you know your people have, or you know that your free gift will answer, will solve. Put that question there because that's going to get their attention. They're going to think, oh, I have that question. And then your free thing should answer that question, right? So get the free, and then whatever it is here. And then tell them in a line or two, like what it's going to do. This will help you. And you can even use my 2 favorite words, coming soon. You don't have to have all this all figured out to start growing your list. And then maybe do something like, yes, please, or even better, like get the checklist. You know, you want to make it really actionable. And then I'm going to go ahead and just save that. There's lots you can do to customize it, and I'm going to show you how to customize it a little bit more. But I want to save and share this link with you first. So I click share. I'm copying this link here, and I'm opening it in a new tab, and I'm just going to paste it. I just want to show you how quick that was. So we just made this landing page super quickly, and it's ready to go. And now I can sort of adjust it and edit it as I want. So I think I might take that exclamation point out because I just want it to be on one line. And then I'm going to change the color of this button, right? I think I'm going to go with a turquoise here, and I'm going to change the picture too. So if I click on this magic wand, I can change the border color. Now, of course, if you have brand colors or colors on your website, just paste them here and it will directly match. And then of course, I'm going to change this background image. I just clicked on it, and I'm just going to use a picture that I have that I took with my phone once of my table because it looked really nice and it had the words dream on it, and that's very related to my next book. So here I've got a picture here. You can change the opacity of that background image to match what you're going for. And of course, you can use stock images like from Unsplash, or maybe a picture of yourself can work really well. But I'm going to just save that and then go back to our link on this other tab and hit refresh. So you can see what just happened now that we've adjusted it, right? It automatically adds in our new settings and changes it. So anywhere you've shared this link, maybe it's all over your blog post and you think, oh, I want to change it, or I'm going to adjust this. You can go just to this one place, change it up, and it's going to immediately change everywhere where you have shared it. So next thing we're going to want to do is really attach that free gift. So if I click on this envelope here, you're going to click send incentive email, and then you're going to click edit email contents. Now, if you're doing an email course or something, you can just leave this as is. It's really good practice to have people confirm their subscription first. But if you're doing some kind of PDF, this can be your download email. Download the free checklist, and you can change this button, right? Download the checklist. And you can also edit all of the text on this email. I recommend keeping it short because the goal is to click this button because that's what confirms them as a good subscriber. And you know then that the people on your list, they really want to be here. They want your free things. They're engaging with you, and you can have a lot of confidence when you're writing to them that they're exactly the right people who really need what you have to provide. So that color, by the way, will change based on the colors you pick in your landing page. So you'll edit that, and then I'll exit out of that here. And then what's going to happen when they click that button? Whatever you want to happen right here. So you would click download, choose a file, and I'm just going to choose this free checklist PDF here. So if I download that here, ConvertKit's going to host it for you. So whenever someone joins your list on this landing page, for example, they click get the checklist, immediately they'd get this email, they'd click on this button, and then this checklist would start downloading for them right away. You could also redirect them to a page on your website. You could redirect them to a video that lives online. So that's where you'd click URL, and you could also deliver or redirect right here. But it is as simple as that. Every time I do that, I feel like, am I missing something? And I'm not. And it never ceases to amaze me. It's really that simple. You could start taking this link and growing your list right away. And then the next thing I want to show you before we get to that free stuff is how you can set up some automated emails. And this is the key to growing your list, to building those relationships, and maybe even selling. If you've already got a product or service, you can start sharing it with people. So you're going to give them free value up front. And then we're going to click this addition sign. We're going to add an action. we're going to add the subscriber to an email sequence. So this could be a welcome sequence. This could be a sales sequence. I have one I've already made for you that you'll have a chance to get access to that I call Double Your Email List. So I'm going to add that here. And you can see if I open up this email sequence, this is what it looks like. So this is an example of an email that you could send. You're gonna, when it's ready, you're gonna change it from draft to publish. Tell us when you want it to send. I would have this one sent immediately, or if I gave them a free gift first, maybe I wanna wait a day, right? So you can play around with that. And then you can see here, this is just an example of like asking, how do you like the free gift? I really hope it helps. Could you do me this huge favor and like share it with one person? Like, do you know one person who also is really trying to get this result that you're trying to get? So this actually comes from a photographer from clickitupAnotch.com, Courtney Slazenik. She's the one who told me about the phrase, do you know one person? She said that was so much better than saying like, hey, share this with anybody. Because then people have to like think about who to share to and go through all these kind of questions. If you ask someone like, hey, do you know just one person who needs this help? It's going to make it so much easier for their brain to think of the right person instead of having to sift through everybody. So this is an example of an email you can use, just like Naveed was talking about, right? Like asking for referrals. Make the most of the subscribers you already have. And even asking people to do you a favor helps build relationships. So it's actually a really great thing to do. And then I've got a second email that has those survey questions that I showed you earlier in this workshop. So you'll have an opportunity to get this as well. So you can play around with that and make sure like that your email list is constantly helping you do that research, because people who earn a full-time living online, they don't just research once. They're constantly listening. That's how they stay in business. So you can have your email list constantly be doing that research for you, so you can constantly be refining where you're going your traffic, how you're building your list, and really making sure you're doing it for the right people. So when you're ready, you just make sure these emails are published. And again, if you were doing an email course, this is where you would do it. You could do a welcome series. You could do a sales funnel, right? Whatever you want to do, you just add a couple emails, tell us when you want them to send, and they're going to send over and over again. So I'm going to click save. And that's it. That's your funnel. That's your kind of list building automation. And when it's all done, just go to the top right-hand corner where it says paused. You're going to click on that to turn the automation on, turn it on, and now it's live. Now that landing page will always be live as soon as you make it, but people won't move down the automation until the whole thing is live and you've told us that it's ready to go, and that's it. And something as simple as this can run for years. I have a simple automation for my first book that has been running for years, and someone literally replied to an automated email I wrote 6 years ago and ordered 100 copies of my book just in this past year. So this is the kind of thing, once you set it up once, it can work for you for a very, very long time. And I want to know now, I want you to think about this, like, what are you most excited about to do next? I've done a lot of these workshops, and I know that this is the moment. You've just watched this whole workshop. You are definitely a dedicated creator. And there's something, we've told you a lot of strategies, they all work, right? We don't expect you to do all of them. Definitely not tomorrow, all of them. But what you do today, what you do tomorrow will matter a ton to your progress. And I want to know, what is that thing that's rising to the top for you? Right? You know your business, you know what you really want to do, you know what sounded really kind of fun to you or kind of interesting. What is that? Write it down right now, because that matters. That thing that's rising to the top after you've just consumed all this information is telling you something. So I want you to write that down, because I think that's probably what you should do next. And we have some free stuff that we hope will help make that a little easier, a little faster. And one of those things is a free month of ConvertKit. This is not something you can just find on our website. It's only special for creators like you who do workshops like this. So if you go to ConvertKit.com/Naveed, you can get a free month of ConvertKit, no credit card required. You do not have to put in a credit card to get full access to everything in ConvertKit for a whole month without having to put in a card. And if you do that through this link, ConvertKit.com/Naveed, you'll also get some bonuses from us as a thank you for doing this. One of them is Nathan Barry's amazing ebook, Authority. You'll also get the audiobook and case studies of people who've made a full-time living online. This is a fantastic book to help you grow your email list, that's for sure. You will also get the automation that I just made for you. You will get a link to copy it directly in your ConvertKit account. So that automation, that sample landing page, that sample emails, that automation will just show up in your account when you click on that link. And then all you've got to do is go in and, make it your own, write your own words, use your research to customize it. And that's it. So we've kind of already done some tech setup for you as a thank you. You just spent an hour with us. So we want to make sure we get you a head start for doing that. And then you will also get this bonus from Navid. Navid, do you want to tell everyone kind of what this is and what they'll get?
Yeah, absolutely. I love ConvertKit for the simplicity and what you can do with it. And obviously, ConvertKit you guys got so much, tutorials and stuff. But I wanted to make sure you can get access to something I put together, and that's called if you go back here, Navid's ConvertKit Fast Track Tutorial, and it does everything you need to know to get started really with ConvertKit. It's a $197 value, and I will actually give you also my insights into how I tag my subscribers, how I run my automations, how I set up broadcasts, and how I run kind of some things in my business as well. We have actually we have a ConvertKit account for years we use for some stuff. We also have set it up for clients and students before. So I'll basically give you an insight how to tag people, because we didn't obviously have time to go into that a whole lot today. So if you're newer to this and you are confused with all this tagging, ConvertKit is a tag-based system. I'm gonna definitely give you some insights so you can actually implement this when you're getting email subscribers to kind of organize your email list a lot better, and kind of give you a whole walkthrough of how ConvertKit will work really well for you moving forward, so you don't get stuck along the way. That's my goal here.
Yes, this is so valuable. There's nothing better than learning software from someone who's doing something that you want to do, who's using it in the same ways you want to use it. And Navid is such a good person to learn from with that, and can really show you in the context of his own business. So to get the behind the scenes, it's a really big deal. And the only way you can get that is by going to convertkit.com/Navid and then find the button that says to get your free month, click on that, and then be sure to enter in your email, create a password. That's you creating your ConvertKit account. That's how you activate these bonuses. So create your ConvertKit account at convertkit.com/Navid. Again, you don't need a credit card, but you will want to make sure you set up your account. So whatever you create as your email and your password, write that down and then go log back in tomorrow. We have done a lot of workshops, and we know that the people who log back in tomorrow are the people who are really successful. So I want to make sure you write that down. Go back in to get your bonuses. Your bonuses will show up in your ConvertKit account. I'll show you where, but also go back in and create your first landing page or import your subscribers if you already have some and you're going to migrate them over. Go and really make this month the month that you really focus on this and really focus on list building, because the things that you create now can work for you for a really long time, but it takes that real focus. And I think now is probably a good time for you because you're here. You're still listening to this. So obviously this is a really good next step for you. And I really want to encourage you to go all in. If you're going to do it, go all in and really make the most of it, because you've got a free month. You have literally nothing to lose. So these are all the things that you will get by going to convertkit.com/Navid. It is $400 worth of stuff that we want to give you totally for free, no credit card required, as a thank you for hanging out with us for this whole hour. And we really hope that these things truly help you grow your list and do it a little bit faster than maybe you could have without being here. So we're really glad that you were. Now about those bonuses, you will find them in the bottom right-hand corner of your ConvertKit account. Give it about 30 minutes after you set up your free month to show up, and you'll know when they're there. When you see that little red one pop up, click on that and you'll see a message from me with all of the bonuses that we just shared with you. So it'll pop up. You can download all of those bonuses. Now, if you click out of it, it will go away. It'll minimize, but it's still there. Just click on that icon in the bottom right-hand corner again and look for your chat history, look for your message history, find that message from me, Isa. That is where your bonuses will still be. They'll still be there. So that's where they'll be hanging out. And if you want to keep your list growing after the 30 days, so if you love this and you'd like to stay with us after 30 days, it's $29 a month for up to 1,000 subscribers, and it's month to month. You can cancel at any time. And if you would like to do that, I want to make sure you know how to do that so that your account doesn't stop on day 31. Because if you haven't put in a card by day 31, the account will close. So I want to make sure you know how to do that if you'd like to stick around. So you'll look in the top right-hand corner and it'll count down your trial, how many days you have remaining. today it'll probably say 30 days remaining. And where it says 30 days remaining, that's where you want to click. Or it might say 2 days remaining, right? 28 days from now. You'll click there. You just want to do it before it goes to 0 and put in your credit card if you'd like to continue with ConvertKit. And so you can put in your card and then submit it, and then you can guarantee that your account will stay active, that your landing page will stay active, your automated emails will stay active, and you can keep growing your list with everything that you've set up. Now, as you see here, I want to make sure you know, for any of my overachievers watching this, if you put in your card tomorrow, for example, your card still won't be charged until day 31. So no matter when you put in your credit card, you have 30 days totally for free. That credit card would not be charged until day 31. So that's how you take care of all of that. And I want to close with kind of talking about why creators choose ConvertKit, because we often get a lot of questions. People wonder why ConvertKit. There's definitely other email service providers out there. We're not the only one. And so why do people choose ConvertKit or switch to ConvertKit or start with ConvertKit? And so I asked creators, both ones like Naveed, and he'll tell you his thoughts on this for sure. But I've asked a lot of creators who earn a full-time living online why they started with us or why they switched to us. And I also have really talked to a lot of new creators, like who aren't making money yet. And I wanted to know too, like, why are you starting with ConvertKit, starting with $29 a month? Like, why is that something that has been right for you? So I've really been listening. These are not my reasons. This is what I keep hearing over and over. And so I want to share that with you if you're trying to make that decision, you have some questions, because my hope is that this list will help with that. And so the first reason I hear a lot is that people want more people to see their content and to see their offers. And so that's why they choose ConvertKit. So whether that's they feel like their deliverability from their other email service provider hasn't been going so well, or people who aren't even using email and they're like, you know, I'm doing all this stuff on social and it's just such a small percentage of people are seeing my content. I really need to get serious about email, and I really need it to help me grow my business. And so I need options like automations, right, that ConvertKit has. So that's one thing I hear a lot. Number two is people who can't afford to waste time figuring out tech. So that's definitely something really all levels of creators have said to me, but I'd say especially people who are starting out, because they're saying, you know, yeah, I might not be making money yet, but I know how important email is in making money eventually, and I've got so much to do to start my business, right? I cannot afford to waste time figuring out tech or trying to hack something together, or having to even buy other plugins to like make something work that maybe wasn't totally designed for me as a creator. So that's something I hear a lot. Number three is people who want support in a community of creators. So because ConvertKit is very specific for creators, the support team who helps in live chat and in our email support, that they get creators, they get bloggers, they know what virtual summits are. Like, that's what we do. And also ConvertKit is a community. So we have a conference every year where we all get together with other creators and bloggers. Many of us who work in ConvertKit, like myself, are creators too. So a lot of people come to us because they love that community. They don't want to feel so alone in building their business. And so they love being a part of an email service provider that also provides them with some of that community and that support and that sense of identity, which can be really helpful when you're doing this alone and people around you don't quite understand what you're doing. And then number four is people who want to invest in tools to earn a living online. So I've heard a lot of beginners choose ConvertKit because they know that email is really important to earning a living online. And even if they aren't quite there yet, they know that if they're going to make an investment in some tools in the beginning, that email is definitely one of the ones to do that. And they want to do it with an email service provider that they know they won't have to switch from, because it also has the advanced kind of things like Naveed will show you a little bit in his tutorial, where as you grow and you need to do more things to continue to grow your business, ConvertKit also has those features for you, like tagging, like Naveed's going to talk to you about. So you can really set yourself up for long-term business success as well. So Naveed, anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can share a little bit around this. We use ConvertKit for kind of one of our business. We have had an account for years, and we have another provider for another thing. But I would say for, you know, anyone starting out, I think ConvertKit is the best tool. It's the easiest email service provider automation tool to use on the market. But also what I'm really intrigued by now, recently actually, is that creators like Brennan Dunn and Andre Chaperon, they are moving to ConvertKit. They are not beginners. They have been doing this for years. They are very advanced. So ConvertKit, although it's obviously target very easy to use and stuff like that, you guys are adding more features, right? You're adding more advanced stuff over time there. So that makes it easier for someone who might be running, you know, a 6-figure, 7-figure business to also use it. So I think that it's getting a lot better. All these features are coming in there that weren't there maybe when I signed up years ago. Like with the visual automation builder is the best in its class. Like it's so easy to set this up, and like, you know, it's just, you know, really intuitive with the sequences and everything you have in there. So I would say you can get up and running within a few minutes, whereas the other provider I'm using, I'm not gonna share that here, takes a lot more time to get started with. You might even need, you know, some people to help you with that and stuff like that. ConvertKit, you don't need to really invest in, you know, so many people to help you. It's gonna be yourself basically with my tutorial and ConvertKit. You know, you're gonna be able to get started very quickly and get up and running, even if you have zero experience right now watching this. So that's what I'm excited about with ConvertKit.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Naveed, and thank you for inviting me. One more time, here's all of those bonuses you can get. Just go to convertkit.com/Naveed, set up your free month, and then all of these bonuses will appear in about 30 minutes in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You'll see that red one pop up, and you'll see a message from me with all of these bonuses. I just want to thank you so much for watching this. Naveed, thank you so much for having me. And as you're in your free month of ConvertKit, if you have any other questions, find that icon at the bottom right, and that is the best place to reach us and ask us any questions that you might have as you're setting things up. We are here for you. I just want to thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for watching. Naveed, anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think ConvertKit support is amazing. It's like, again, you can just kind of, you have this little chat there, and they respond very quickly. They are very responsive. And also something else I like with yourself, Isa, and other people on the ConvertKit team, you guys are, I mean, they're creators. Like if you're watching this, you're probably a creator, you're someone who want to make a living online, or you might be making a living, but you want to do it better and easier, right? And ConvertKit can help you with that. And the people on their team, they can help and support you. They know what a webinar is. They know what a virtual summit is, especially after they hear, you know, what I'm doing, and they have been part of some of my summits before as well. Nathan knows what it is, and, you know, Isa and everyone else on the team. So I think you can get supported. And the other aspect is the community, as you mentioned. I love the ConvertKit community. Other providers, they don't really have that sense of community as much. So if you want to connect with others, you know, ConvertKit is a great option. And also they have an event kind of every year as well that you can connect with others. I think it's called Craft and Commerce or something like that. And there you can actually, is that correct? If I'm not
That's right, Craft and Commerce.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. So yeah, that's also a great way to connect with other creators in person, right? So yeah, I mean, we have convertkit.com/Naveed. You can get the 3 months. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what you create with this. And obviously, we're going to support you along the way here as well. So thanks a lot, Isa, for coming on here. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Naveed. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.